Internet, Mogwai here, and I got another Legends of Runeterra video for you guys today. And today we are going deep as we're gonna showcase big boy man Nautilus himself in a Sea Monsters mid-range deck. Even though I don't know if mid-range is the proper label for this sort of archetype, but we're gonna go with that. We're gonna call it big boy mid-range, I guess. So this is a deck that I promised yesterday. I know I saw a lot of comments in yesterday's Twisted Fate videos, people saying, where's the Nautilus deck that you said it was coming? And the reason why I postponed this one day is because I want to make sure that when I share a deck with you guys, the deck has gone through solid experimentation and I feel like it performs well, right? Like I don't want to share decks that I don't feel super confident in, and I need a little bit more extra time with Nautilus because the archetype is actually somewhat tricky to build, and while inherently very, very powerful if you curve out properly, it's also subject to variance and has some troublesome matchups as well. The reason why this deck is vulnerable to variance is because we're running a bunch of huge sea monsters, right? That we aim to play for close to free, at the later portions of the game. So, because we're running so many of these big dudes, we can have some very awkward opening hands, and even if we go for a full mulligan, we can see ourselves in a situation in which we're in a game and we just keep drawing all of our late game big monsters and we don't really have anything to do to interact with the opponent's early aggression, right? So I've optimized this deck a lot. I've also spoken with players who have dedicated a good portion of their time to Nautilus, like specifically my boy Impetuous Panda was playing Nautilus for the first couple of days non-stop, and he had a lot to say regarding the archetype, right? This is my take, or my, as of now, final take on the archetype, even though I will be going back to it and seeing if I can find ways to make it better. And I believe Nautilus Sea Monsters is a very solid tier 2 deck. I don't think it's tier 1 because I think it has some glaring weaknesses that really affect its performance, especially against some top tier decks running around right now, like the Demacia based rally builds. Rally effects in general are really strong. I've made this deck so that it can actually take on aggro really well. Our matchup against aggro is actually very positive, but our matchup against mid-range decks with rally effects and just bannerman sort of strategies is quite troublesome. It's hard. It's not advantageous by any means. I'm going to go ahead and say that, right? So keep this in mind. If you want a deck exclusively to climb ranked as fast as possible, then maybe this is not the deck for you because there are other decks who have been a little bit more consistent. But if you just want to play Sea Monsters and you want a solid Nautilus deck because you just really like Nautilus as a champion, then this deck will not let you down. And I got quite a few things to say about it because there are certain cards that you may be looking at and that they're not here, and you may be like, what the hell? Why are you not playing Lure? What's the name of the card? Lure of the Depths, Miguel. Why are you not playing the Jaw Hunters? Why are you not playing the 4-drop Sea Monster, the Beast Below? And I'm going to answer all those questions. So basically, like I said, the biggest weakness that this archetype has is the early game, right? We are revolving our entire strategy around the deep keyword, which says that I have +3/+3 once your deck has 15 or fewer cards left. Once we're in deep mode, Nautilus is an absolute beast. He becomes a 13/13, but that's the least impressive of his improvements, as he's going to, first of all, send back all tossed allies that cost 4 or more back into your deck, and then Sea Monster allies cost 4 or less. This is absolutely massive. Being able to play the likes of Abyssal Eye for 1 mana, Devour of the Depths for 2, Shipwreck Hoarder for 3, and Terror of the Tides for 4 is incredible. Like, these guys coming in way overstated and extremely cheap, like dropping a 1 mana 6/6 with elusive that draws you a card upon striking is absurd, and that is the late game that we're headed towards, right? That's the objective of this deck. We want to completely overwhelm the opponent with size and terrifying awesomeness. So the thing is, because this is our strategy, we are vulnerable to drawing all these big dudes in the early game, which makes cards like Jaw Hunters not nearly as good as it would seem at first, because you think, well, this is a card that replaces itself in your hand, it technically draws you a card, and it's a 4-attack challenger. The problem with the Jaw Hunters, in my opinion, is that the 1 health really goes a long way. This thing against Misfortune decks cannot really block. It dies to Vile Feast, it dies to pretty much anything, it dies to Make It Rain, which is also really popular. It goes down really fast, and the card that is technically drawing you is a late game card because it's a sea monster. So as a turn 3 play, it doesn't really do much to patch up the archetype's inherent weakness, right? And the same thing can be said about Lure of the Depths. The way the metagame is right now, especially these high-paced mid-range decks, you can't really afford to have a 3-mana do-nothing spell. Like, yeah, well, it draws you a card and reduces the cost of sea monster allies everywhere by 1, but that doesn't really have as much of an impact as you would think. And this card is only really relevant when you draw multiple copies of it early on in the game, and that's rarely gonna happen, right? So ultimately, I realized that these cards felt like a bit of a trap for the archetype, and ever since I removed them, I was able to perform much better because what we're doing is we're focusing on our early game to be able to take on any sort of fast-paced aggressive strategy. That's why we, alongside the Dread Dredgers, we're incorporating a couple of Hapless Aristocrat. This card may seem a little bit out of place, but it actually puts in a lot of work. It gives us an extra 2 1-drops, raising up our 1-drop total to 5, to relatively ensure that we have a 1-drop play to chump block the opponent's early aggression. And Hapless Aristocrat is the king of chump blockers, as he allows us to generate not 1 but 2 blockers for just 1 mana that can really help us buy some time. Also, Thorny Toad buys some time as well. A very strong blocker that I had mixed opinions of at first, but turns out to be really relevant for this archetype as it can chump block early on, and when it goes down, it does heal up a little bit, which does go a long way. Also enabling us to toss, which is really important for this archetype as we want to toss as much as possible. I'll talk about Jettison very soon. But as we go up the curve, we have the Deadbloom Wanderer, absolute staple for not only Maokai decks in my opinion, but also obviously for this deck as well, because it is a toss unit that helps us go deep, and also it has lifesteal with 3 attack. And that's just, this thing is a fantastic blocker, and it really does help us stay alive. We also have a full set of Bio Feast, because we really want to stop early aggression, alongside 3 Grasp of the Undying and Withering Will. As you can see, we have a hefty amount of health gain, and this is very important. It's very important for us to, because that's the only way we lose. If we reach the late game and we start dropping these huge fishes, we just beat anything really. But the only way we lose is by our health total going down before we're able to do that, right? So because we're playing Shadow Owls, packing up all this drain and all this health gain is absolutely massive, and it really does make a difference. We're also playing Maokai, but Maokai is not really the star of this deck. He plays more of a support role, and that support role is to enable more tosses every time we play a unit, and also generate chump blockers, or, you know, pretty clutch removal as well because of Challenger with the saplings, right? But Maokai is here to help. He's here to help go deep. We don't generally resort to him for the win, and I will be focusing on a pure Maokai build later down the line. Like, his role here is support, but Maokai can also very easily be the star of an archetype on his own, and there's some really strong Maokai deck concepts out there, and I will be venturing that into the future. But in this deck, he's there to support our deep strategy. We also have a couple of Riptides, which are really strong removal when we have Nautilus on the board. This card is initially just a stun, so a weaker version of Concussive Palm, but as we play Nautilus, it becomes the best single target removal in the game. For 4 mana, it is Will of Ionia on steroids, and it's absolutely amazing. It's really neat that Nautilus has such a good signature card. Nautilus has one of the best signature cards because it works with him on the board, and it's a really great way to like make up for the lack of initial tempo when you do commit to playing him, right? And then we have a Salvage for card drawing for more tossing. And that's basically the deck list right there. We're running a full set of Jettison because it is very important for us to be able to toss at burst speed. For 1 mana, it's a very, very cheap way for us to really enhance our chances to getting to deep as early as possible. And because it's burst speed, we can use this as a surprise toss effect to go deep as we are either blocking or attacking, to surprise our opponent with our significant stat boost. And that is the deck list right there. I'm going to showcase some gameplay that I had in a stream from a couple of days ago as I played this deck for a while, and I had all sorts of different matches. I'm going to show this deck at its strongest, and I'm going to show the deck at its weakest as well. And hopefully you guys enjoy the games. I think they're pretty good. And this archetype is just, if you're a fan of big dudes, then this deck is just the right build for you. So let me know what you guys think. Hope you enjoy the matches. Have a soul day. Enjoy some sea monsters. I'll see you guys around. I'm actually gonna do a mulligan at all these three. Hoping for some better draws. Man, the thing about this deck is that it's like, it's really, we can get really bad opening hands. Alright. So the reason why I'm mulligan the Jaw Hunters is because I'm facing a matchup in which they have a lot of direct damage. So dealing 1 damage to this is very easy for them to do. I still kind of just want to play this though.
Fresh is worth at least twice as much.
Just because it replaces itself in my hand anyways. And I'm not being overly pressured by my opponent or anything right now. We have Vile Feast backup. There it is. That's why I didn't want to keep that card there. But having Static Shock only hit me is fine.
I love a taste of the action.
I will tend this garden.
We're playing Maokai now. Thermogenic Beam. I could play you, but this is just too vulnerable to all sorts of removal, so we're gonna go with this. Because this also enables our... Maybe I should have played around Thermogenic Beam.
The party has arrived.
My turn.
Ba-da-bum.
Raven down.
Alright. Swain's leveled up.
I have the best job.
Do we think this man has Calling Strike? Do we think he has Calling Strike is the question. I'm attacking first. Wow, that's pretty bad seeing those at the bottom of my deck. Because some Yetisons would be pretty neat.
You suck. The world's a big place. Let's see all of it. It's not bragging if you can back it up. Nailed it.
I don't think I can play around. I'm not gonna play around Calling Strike. If he has it, he has it. Now I have the Riptide at least, which allows me to like, the thing about Calling Strike is that it doesn't deal damage, so it doesn't synergize with his Swain, so he may not be running it. I'm not playing around it.
Charge.
Oh, I can't wait.
Oh, that's the third Yedison? Oh, you gotta be kidding me, man. Alright, no more Culling Strike worries. We got rid of the Ezreal for now. Hey, we got him! Just in time. That was really... That was...
He does not forget.
That was a tilting game, though, because, like, we couldn't... We like, our 3 Yedisons, these were all at the bottom of our deck, and we were drawing all of our sea monsters. That's the thing about this deck, right? Like, your opening hands can be absolutely atrocious. Right, let's go again.
Man, haven't been around since the times of Julius or Gwent. You still the man.
Ah, nice to see you,
Glad
Spielberg.
you're playing another game I'm addicted to.
Let's keep the Grass of the Undying. Let's drop you. Let's keep the Yedising as well. Okay, I'm happy to see Dreg Dredgers here.
Give me the stuff! Stuff makes happy!
2 Vile Feast and Horny Toad, all 3 at the bottom of my deck. That is horrible. In this matchup, that's horrible.
Of course I'm ready. Don't mind me. I hope this works.
Here's my next payment for all my net decks at MegaMogwai.
So glad I was gifted a sub yesterday. Majestic Mango, I appreciate the support, man. I could attack and trade into this, but I kind of don't want to. I want to preserve this as a blocker for this. If he has removal for this, he has it anyways. Like, it doesn't matter whether I attack or not.
War Mason, reporting for duty. For the glory of Noxus.
He's fine. You also have Grass of the Undying as well.
First one's free.
First one's free. Okay. We can go for this. Why don't we just do this? Probably this, right?
Backfired.
Strike at their foundations.
Crash, you wiggle!
He is running out of gas. Okay. That could have gone to my face, so... I am relatively content about seeing that, but at the same time, I do need... Man, I would kill for a... Okay, I need to fish for a Vile Feast. I need me a Vile Feast. Come on, man. Vile Feast. The Vile Feast of the Century. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh my fucking god, okay. Well, shit. Alright. Okay, that's good. I need to have this available at all times. So I'm gonna play you instead.
mission.
I'm gonna miss out a little bit of damage, but it's irrelevant. I'm gonna go for the attack first, pass over initiative.
Just gonna put this here. Better run.
That's good.
Oh, I can't wait.
I'm not gonna force this.
Let's see what you can do.
I know I could threaten lethal here,
What you? Oh, this.
but I'm playing it safe. Basically, always keeping this Grasp of the Undying in the back gives me 3 extra health, which makes it very unlikely for him to be able to take me out with reach. We have to watch out for the likes of Jinx, naturally. But we always gotta keep this Grasp of the Undying enabled, always.
Reporting in.
The water rises.
For the Empire.
Got him! Got him, baby. Level up! What made you decide to slot in Maokai? Yesterday you were so against it. I was wrong. We only have 2 copies of it in this deck, though. He's support. He gives us a way to toss really easily. I'm gonna keep the Grasp. Baited him.
You're covered.
So combat.
Protect and strike.
Vessel small, but she ain't lacking courage.
I like Horny Toad here. I'm using the hunters as a way to prevent him from playing, like, for example, Misfortune now. Yeah, I might take this pass. I'm gonna make it burn mana and not have any plays. Like that's how to use a challenger effectively in this matchup.
Fights are cooking.
Fights are cooking, huh?
Fortune favors the bold.
La la la. Let's hope for no prismatic barrier. Better. 3 cards left. If one of them is a prismatic barrier, then they have all the answers. Okay. Another single combat.
day. Honor guide me. Protect and strike.
Can't fight on an empty stomach.
For the glory of Demacia!
The wood can't fight back, but I can.
Fuck's sake.
Their pride will cost them.
Hand to the face.
In the name of our land!
Hold nothing back.
I guess going for Grass with the Undying was incorrect there. She's pretty damn good in the right deck. We're getting pretty wrecked here.
These woods belong to us.
We can survive this turn.
Batter him.
Fall to our standard! In the name of our land!
Yeah, that's a smart attack. That's a good attack.
Fall to our standard!
No one goes hungry.
That's a good attack.
My duty's done.
Echoes from the deep.
We Demacians are no easy prey. Attention! Ranger Knight present!
Okay, so is there any top deck that can save me from this? I don't think so. Alright, GG. That got really crazy. That got really crazy at one point. Nice. With 5/1 drops, it guarantees me, it pretty much guarantees that I have like a turn 1 play most of the time to deal with the opponent's aggression early on. I think 2 copies of Hapless Aristocrat are gonna go a long way with this deck, actually. I don't want to play into a Static Shock, so I'm gonna play you. See, that's a Static Shock right there, or a Make It Rain. Make It Rain could also be the case, which means I'm gonna attack first, expecting to Make It Rain. Yeah. It's kind of crazy how this card levels up Ezreal. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how that does that.
Give me the stuff! Stuff make happy! Fresh from the sea! On it for pie! Where the trash? I've whipped up something special.
Bada-bum, bada-bum. I mean, we're bound to draw Nautilus soon.
Time for a true display of skill. Got a surprise for him.
I love your content, Mogwai. Keep it up, Miguel. Heartsuit.
Thank you, buddy.
Charged!
I should have gone for that first, by the way. I should have gone for that first before dropping the Thorny Toad. I wanted to see if he tapped out a little bit. That's why I like Grasp of the Undying. He's down to 4 cards, and now this Terror of the Tides is just a behemoth that I'm going to be able to drop next turn. That Yedison is pretty useless here, but...
I'll buy us some time.
How many Thermo Beams is that? That's the second... Yeah, he's played 2 of them. So I'm dropping this. Because he needs a lot of damage to deal with this. And it's less likely...
Hands on deck!
That is worrisome, though, because it could mean that he has a third Thermogenic Beam in the top 15 cards of his deck. Yeah, it is. God damn it. Okay, never mind. Alright, Ezreal's leveled up. Are you seriously telling me that my Nautilus, my 3 Nautilus...
Go with the flow.
There we go. Easy. Who needs Nautilus? Who needs Nautilus? Easy! Easy peasy. Well, that's terrible. I mean, we have 5 1-drops, 3 Vile Feast, but of course, in the aggro matchup, we're gonna draw all of our late game.
In a second.
Come on, man. Why you do this to me? Why you do this? Oh my god, are you serious? I did a full mulligan, dude.
I'll do better this time.
I'm angry. This is bullshit, dude. This is bullshit. I modified the deck so that this wouldn't happen. Game 2, you're doing this to me against aggro? Come on. You better give me some good shit now.
I have the best job.
Fuck out of my face! Crawling sensation is gonna happen, I think.
Raven down.
But I still have to. Yeah. Maybe I should have waited. Honestly.
Okay, ready.
You came like 4 turns late. You idiot! Alright, I probably should have gone for the salvage first. Cause I think I gotta make use of my spell mana now. I gotta draw. I gotta see if I can find.
Reporting in.
We're still. It's not looking great. Da 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 da. This feels bad. I'd love to see a pass here. Like, I don't know in what world that happens, but I'd love to see it.
I'll do better this time. You bad!
This is interesting.
The sun's out, the crowd's ready. Let's reckon!
I don't think we play Nautilus just yet.
That egg. Did it move?
We can't even chain anything with it yet. Like, next turn we can drop Nautilus with Abyssal Eye, or even the turn after that. We can also play Nautilus alongside Riptide next turn, potentially, as well, if he tries to develop more. But we need, like, the Wanderer is actually really important because it gives us health gain. And we still have Riptide in a pinch as well. Withering Whale! No! No! Come back to me! Please? Okay, that's good.
Okay, ready.
I guess we're really doing this.
Alright, so we're gonna block with you here first. Because we want to get that health gain soon. We're gonna block with you here.
You have to get me out of here.
And we're gonna block with you here. Things to watch out for, might. But we have the answers here in Vile Feast and this. But I want to play reactive with these cards. Because we're gonna try to kill him next turn. Alright, show me. Might, like I said, is something to watch out for. I mean, we're at 4 health. Is he playing random decimates? That's the only thing that I would be concerned about. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna play around decimate.
I suggest using this spell that lowers the sea monster cost 1.
No, I took that out. Does this man run decimate? I don't think... I'm not gonna play around decimate when I'm setting up lethal next turn. Like, decimate's kind of wild in this deck, right? Like, he's not even playing Darius.
Blood and salt. Together at last. Time for the main event.
It's not Draven, it's Draven!
Alright, we're going in. We have to set up the kill. We have a total of 10 mana. Very important. We can do this, this, and this. So I like that. The highest attack unit here.
You will feast soon enough. Feeding time.
I'm going in, brother. I'm going in. All in.
I have you. Fill their lungs.
Good. Level up. Interesting. I assume it's a plunder deck. I could have kept the hapless aristocrat, but I'd rather, you know, diversify my potential options. I don't know what I'm facing, so maybe I should have kept him.
I can do this. Don't mind me. I hope this works.
We're getting there. No! Dick.
Don't ask where it's from, ask how much.
Interesting.
Fortune favors the bold.
Just gonna put this here.
Bad, you bad!
When will happen the next podcast?
This is a problem. When will the next I have to talk to Panda about that.
doesn't change a damn thing between us.
If you insist.
So I get it, they're not friends.
Time for violence.
I hope this works.
Austerity, please. Thanks, please.
Who need me? A sight for scurvied eyes.
I fucking hate this card.
Let them bleed out.
Don't mind me.
I fucking despise this card.
There's no wiggle!
Time to go.
Cowards!
Seriously, man, what a dumb card. My god. I have to play around it now, too. It just goes to show that every time I face this card, I lost to it. If he has lethal here, then so be it. But
Safety will cost you. One good turn, eh, friend? Boys. First big mission.
All eyes on me.
Orange man bad. Orange man just upsets me. This card is crazy, yo. I'm gonna go ahead and drop all these because they're not bad in the matchup, but I'd rather have a bit of an earlier curve going on.
There's some nasty on it for I. What a trash!
My shield is yours. My steel is yours. New recruit reporting in.
We're gonna see a Bannerman on curve.
Honor guide me.
All right.
Corruption everywhere.
We're gonna play this here. Floating the mana for next turn, as we can potentially Riptide. I almost played around this. Ah, shit. I almost played around it, but I was like, okay, what are the odds of him having another one in his hand, right? And yeah, he plays multiple copies of it. Okay, so Devour of the Depths can actually be pretty useful here. Removing one of the threats. I mean, he's low on cards, and we haven't taken much damage at all. Losing Maokai sucks, but, you know. It's one of the perks of being a 1/4. Okay, we're close. I could have waited for him to go for. Yeah, there fucking is. There he fucking is. Of course he's playing him.
No problem.
Fuck's sake, man. This thing. Oh, I'm gonna hate. I'm never gonna eat oranges again. I'm never gonna eat this fucking fruit again, and it's all your fault.
These waters are mine.
I'm gonna play Nautilus here. With this region combination, it can't really deal with them. We have a huge blocker, and our Riptide is also enabled. You need vitamin C? There are other ways!
We Demacians are no easy prey. Scouting ahead.
Oh, he's just going in?
I will not rest.
Get out of here.
Drown.
Nice.
All will drown.
Alright, here comes the cavalry.
Together at last. Come to me.
How does that feel? I beat Orange Man! I beat Orange Man. Go me.